Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are with Iron Phoenix. I finally came up with a name that I like. It's a silvery color, and we are in Iron Man, or woman, I guess, with her mode with this character. So, as you may know, if you've watched my previous Iron Man series, it was about 47 or 46 episodes. I tried a whole bunch of different archetypes I'd never played before, and I got my butt kicked pretty much by 10th or 12th level on every single character. Now, when I played Silver Phoenix, she got pretty much into the 30s without her first actual legit death, and that's because I really know my limits and I know what to do with a character like this. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play Iron Man mode with a martial arts super reflex scrapper. The best I can do in City of Heroes. This is my best character. It's the first kind of character I ever played, and I know this character like the back of my hand. So we've recreated Silver Phoenix pretty much in her entirety. The origin actually exactly the same, except I just changed her name to Iron Phoenix instead of Silver Phoenix, because it's Iron Man mode. She's gray in color. The other bit, I decided I wanted a little color for her, so I gave her red on her headdress, and I changed her like hand and boot configuration to like warrior, just because she's like an Iron Man contestant now, right? So we have to make her look a little bit more, I don't know, badass, a little more aggressive. So we're going to play the old traditional tutorial. One thing that a couple people have said is they think that if I don't talk to Habashi at all and go straight to the natural contact, I might be able to get the old school missions. We'll try that. If not, we'll do Matthew Habashi's and just randomly pick contacts. So we're going to go through the old school tutorial because I like that one better. And we're going to be playing martial arts super reflex until this character dies. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to delete her. She won't be getting any trade downs of influence or any of that. I'm not going to delete her. Instead, what I'm going to do with this character is record. Whoops, I'm getting ahead of myself again. Record until she face plants. So whatever level we get to, and then she'll just sit in my queue. And when I finish my Stalker, who's level 33 right now, Twilight Raven, I will come back to this character and play her in non-Iron Man mode. I'll trade down influence, give her some, better enhancements, and play her for real. This is going to be my version of Silver Phoenix on this server, but we'll do Iron Man until she face plants for the first time. So you know the rules for Iron Man. Oh gosh, I deleted it because I thought I wasn't going to be doing Iron Man anymore. The rules for Iron Man are that you can't respawn inside a mission unless you've leveled up inside that mission previously, and you can only do that once. You cannot run out of a mission out of an instance to get more inspirations. Once you're in, that's it. And that's pretty much the death, right? Usually what happens is I have to use inspirations at some point earlier, and then I come to a boss or a pair of orange lieutenants or something, and at a low level they just own you. So, but I should have no trouble with this character in terms of figuring out like what her limits are, because I know how to play this character. We've played her all the way to level 50 before, so should be no problem. So I'm not going to go through narrating the various, mission text. We'll skip most of that. Interestingly enough, I'm watching the 4th season now of Wildcard's East Texas University, which is Savage World's playthrough on the Saving Throw channel. I highly recommend if you like watching those kinds of things on YouTube or whatever. It was a great show. Apparently the show has completely ended. I mean, the ETU, there were 4 seasons and it stopped, and they did a season of like a carnival, and then it seemed like they were going to do more seasons of that, and then they just completely stopped doing Saving Throw entirely. I'm not exactly sure why. Not Saving Throw, but Wildcards. So I don't know if that's going to ever come back, but if you enjoy those kinds of things and you want to see how Savage Worlds plays, they do a pretty good job, and it's pretty fun. Oh gosh, I got to get rid of these stupid pop-ups. I'll do that after we kill these guys. Or sorry, defeat. Defeat. We don't kill. Silver Phoenix is a hero. Iron Phoenix. I'm going to call her Silver Phoenix a lot. Get used to it. I actually like the Iron Phoenix name. It's pretty cool. It's sort of like old school hero name. So let me stop here, and I'm going to ditch these pop-ups. And I hate them so much that I cannot describe how much I hate them. And they also, I think, screw with this putting my my hotbar over here, which is really annoying. But let me turn this off. So that's the pop help, I believe it's called. Pop up help, pop ups disabled. Pop help disabled. Go away. So anyway, in that show, in the 4th season, on the 2nd episode, they're doing a game within a game where one of the characters is running a game of Savage Worlds for the other characters, and the one player, Garav, plays a character named Calvin who plays a lot of World of Warcraft in their game, and so he's handed basically a Savage Worlds character to play, and he's like, oh, you mean this is like World of Warcraft? And so then the Game Master player, the player who's pretending to be the Game Master, the player character, go away. I'm not reading the text, and that's the problem, and this is what I was just going to say. She was telling them what their quest was going to be, and Calvin, the character, Garav had his character say, yeah, come on already with this. I always skip the quest text and just go do the quest in World of Warcraft. So it was really funny. Alright, so we're going to beat these guys up. So one thing I did do is I looked at the punch version of the of some of these animations. I decided to stick with it because I thought maybe it'll be different from Silver Phoenix, but we're going to stick with the kick version, and the reason we're going to stick with the kick version is because the punch version I don't think looks as good. I didn't like the punch version of Storm Kick at all. Storm Kick is one of my favorite animations, and I didn't like the Cobra Strike punch either. And the Eagle's Claw was maybe okay, but all the rest of them were meh. So I'm going to just stick with kicks. There was a complaint about martial arts, by the way, when the game first came out, is everything but Cobra Strike is a kick. And they're like, martial artists do use their hands sometimes, but that's okay. Now these spawns are actually slightly large for a normal spawn, as you know, is 3 per spawn, 3 minions per spawn, but the reason they do that is because you have an NPC helping you. And we've leveled up to level 2. So this isn't exactly going to be a speed run, but it's going to be kind of like a speed run, in the sense that I'm not going to take my time on every little bit of mission text. Alright, so now one of the things we have to do besides leveling up is see if Habashi will, if I can skip Habashi and get to the normal missions. And we don't want any of this, and we're going to talk to Miss Liberty. I've seen you in another life. And we're going to go Storm Kick. Love Storm Kick. One of my favorite moves in all of martial arts. It's super cool. And we've got all these silly enhancements we don't need. We're going to just delete these. Bang. We need to get rid of the hide prompt. Yes. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. You can't sell them. We will sell these two, since they're only level 1, and we don't really need level 1 enhancements. Bang, bang. I'm going to enhance this character the normal way I would. That means slotting Swift... slotting... Oh, no, crap. I talked to him. Darn it. I wonder if that screwed me up. Let's see. I do hate... One thing that really frustrates me about this game is there are several contexts where all you have to do is talk to them and you get screwed into a story arc. And that's really frustrating. All right, so elite, I think, is natural. Yes, we do have missions. Excellent. So, for everybody who said you can do it, and I said I don't think you can, I think I had talked to Habashi. And apparently it's that you cannot take a mission from him. If you do, then you don't get the normal missions. But now we get the normal missions. Sounds good to me. This is going to put us up against, is it Vajalok? I can't remember now. I think so. That could be really tough. That's always hard with Super Reflex. And we got a badge. I'm so happy to be playing Martial Arts Super Reflex again. It's totally my favorite. It's not just Scrappers I love, it's MASR. I love it. Best power set combo in the game. Check out a warehouse. Oh, and while we're here, before we go any further, let's go ahead and move some of our powers. We want to put rest onto the hotbar, and we want to put... We also want to grab the res power. I can never remember what it's called. I got rewards, merits. We don't need. Well, I got a base item. Who cares? Assemble team doesn't matter. We don't need respecs. We do get Nemesis staff. Let's go ahead and grab that. Nemesis staff is super useful. Those are our ranged attacks. We get that mission teleporter. And return to battle. I feel like there's another mission teleporter somewhere, though. Any case. So, return to battle. And then there's somewhere in here is a mission teleporter. Maybe we can't do that one yet. Alright, so I don't know where the mission teleporter is. We don't need that now, Spark, anyway, so we'll just run over. And I'll figure that out off screen. And you guys look like you're begging for getting a pounding. God, I love that we can just do so much damage so fast with this character. Where'd this guy run off to? No, you don't. You're not getting away from me. There we go. Oh, and there's a lieutenant. I'm a scrapper. I have no fear. I run from no one. That's not true. We'll be pulling. Oh, and I'm going to hate that till we get practice brawler. Let's go ahead and click on this while we're here. You can get a badge if you click on enough of these in different zones. Alright, so now we're on classic superhero missions, which is awesome. This just feels so innate to me. I know, like, exactly what I'm doing. I don't have to think about, like, the best way to approach a combat. I have a really good sense of how much this character can handle. Keep clicking the 2 button, and I need to put Storm Kick and Nemesis Staff on the other hotbar. Let's get inside the mission first, and then we'll do that. So what you've probably seen me do many, many times in these playthroughs is when I mean to click the number 1 power, the power that's in the 1 position, I accidentally slide the mouse over because I'm looking at this, what's going on the screen while I'm doing it. And if you move over by like 1 pixel off the button, you get this, right? And so what I do to help myself not screw up too much is I try to replicate the 1 button on the 2 button, so that if I accidentally do this, I've still got the same thing. Now, of course, if I do it again, then I'm going to be on the 3 button, right? But at least it helps me a little bit. And that's just because I'm a moron and I, click the wrong things. Oh, this is council. Okay. No problem. Yeah, I know pretty much exactly what powers to get when. 4th level, we're going to get focus senses, probably. We might get agile. Is it agile that comes next? Yeah, we might get agile at 4th level. That's the passive. Just so we have 1 less toggle before we get stamina slotted. But we get either agile or focus senses. 6 levels, combat jump. Actually, 6 level might be super jump on this character just so that we can get around town a little faster. 8th level, I believe, is crane kick. 10th level is practice brawler. Right? I pretty much know exactly what comes when. 12th level then would be combat jump, I guess. And then somewhere in there, 14th level, maybe we get Cobra Strike or the other of Agile and Focus Senses. We skip Crippling Axe Kick because I don't really like that power. I have no use for that power. You don't need it for your attack chain. Notice this character, Yellow Cons, don't even need to use inspirations. Of course, famous last words. And my guess is this character, I've tried predicting like how my character is going to die. This character is going to get in over his head because I'm super overconfident playing a character like this. I'm just convinced that I know what I'm doing and I know exactly how much aggro I can take and exactly what the limits of this character's abilities are. And I mean, yes and no. This character is Silver Phoenix, pretty much. Looks like her, will fight like her eventually, but not yet. And one thing that definitely happened with Silver Phoenix is I got in over my head a few times because I was, even then, thinking like a high-level martial artist, and I wasn't a high-level martial artist, right? Here we go. Like this one, Scrapperlock, right? And with this one even more so, because this character comes after having gotten a martial arts super reflex character to level 50, right? And I'm used to how a level 50 plays. Now, we're going to use our buffs here to beat these guys up, because why not? Third level already, guys. Look at that. Just kicking butt. There's nothing better than a scrapper, and there's nothing better than martial arts. I love it. Favorite power set in the game? Bar none. It just feels like you're kicking so much ass with martial arts. I think some of it's just the sounds. It just sounds so powerful, and it just looks like you're doing so much damage. Even compared to something like Ninja Blade or Claws, I just feel like, I mean, Claws, it does kind of look like you're eviscerating them with a couple of the blows, but a lot of the blows look like you're just skimming across their surface, whereas this always looks like you're just solidly kicking them right in the torso or the chin. It's super great. Alright. Now we have to defeat again, but before we do that, let's go level up. And how much time has gone by? 19 minutes. Yeah, see, this character is going to go through missions so fast. I mean, probably not much after like 7th level. She probably won't, because then it starts to get tougher until you get your DOs. And we gotta hope we can get an orange salvage so that we can afford some DOs. Otherwise, this character is going to have a very hard time in the teens. But yeah, this is super awesome. I don't even have to really think about where to put the slots. I know exactly where I want them. I know which powers are going to have them. I know how I'm going to spread them out. So like the 5th level slot's probably going to be one more slot on a slot on Stormkick, right, to start building that, and a slot on whatever defense power we take in level 4, and then I just sort of even slot everything, and it's always worked for me in the past, and I'm just going to assume it will keep working for me. Basically, by the time I get to level 22, if this character lives that long, and we can afford SOs, we're going to be golden. And this will be a low-level mission because it's derived from the previous mission. It's like a 2-part mission, so... I also know exactly how to approach spawns with this character. For instance, if there's a lieutenant in the spawn like there, I always go after the minion first. Take the minion out, then go after the lieutenant. That's not necessarily the right move with other characters. Even my brute, Quintessence Slash, you know, I eventually learned to attack the lieutenants first because she was debuffing their 2-hit, and so she would be debuffing the 2-hit of the big guy and ignoring the little guy. But this character, I want to get the extra guys out as much as possible, and then we go after the lieutenant. It's always worked pretty well for me. Yeah, like, I'm not even going... I didn't even, like, run to the hospital and get the right set of inspirations or anything for this girl. Like, I don't need that. She's a scrapper. And not only that, she's martial arts. Yeah, literally the only thing that can screw me up right now is the knockdown. I feel like this character plays so much faster than the other ones, but I think it's just so much easier for me than any other character. So much more intuitive that it just feels that way, you know, confirmation bias, I guess. So guys, I hope you enjoy. I'm going to call this a bonus Iron Man bonus series. What we're going to do now is try to beat all of our other performances, even the ones that were sort of unfair, like the Guardian. 19 was as high as we got. So the goal is, let's see if we can get this character, to level 20. I already know exactly how I want to carry inspirations. I know exactly everything I want to do with the character, right? It's just so easy because I've done it so much before. And, by the way, both times I've done it before were also essentially Iron Man, right? Because in live play at launch was Iron Man. There was no influence trading down. Couldn't be done easily. And there were nothing but SOs. And you could leave missions, but you couldn't buy inspirations from anybody initially. I think maybe your contacts, but that was it. And I think the reason that when you first start talking to contacts, you can only get, like, I think it's luck. What is it? Luck, heal, and accuracy or something, whatever those first 3 are. The reason is, originally, those were the only ones you could buy. And then eventually they started allowing you to buy all of them. That's a closed beta thing. I think by the time the game went live, you could buy them all after a while, but that's why it starts that way. Where's this guy? Under here? Yeah. Um, so I already did that once, and then when I started on Homecoming, obviously my first character didn't have any influence from anybody, and she did SOs all the way into the 30s, right? And then I finally started doing um, inventions. Look at that. Have we even had to stop and rest? Nope. How are we doing on enhancements? Anything worth slotting? Not yet. They're all level 1s. There's no point, right? We're already almost level 4. We're going to be level 5, and they're going to be red in at the beginning of the next episode. All right, so now we can finally go back to Susan Davies. So once again, those of you who have told me you could do this, I thank you, and I also apologize because I've said no, you can't. I tried it, and I think the problem is that I always talked to him first and then tried it, and I guess you can't do that, which is super annoying. It's like, don't dare click on anything. Don't dare misclick, because if you do, you lose the ability to do the missions you want, or you're forced to do missions you don't want to do. It's only like that in a few points in the game. All right, we have to speak with the detective. How are we doing on time? We got a little time. What I'd like to do is get us to a level 4, and we're very close. We only have just about a bead. We only have 61 XP needed. And we're getting 10 or so per minion, so like we just beat up 6 guys on the way to this to speak to this detective, and we'll level up. Oh, I have missed this character so much. And I'm really happy with the name and everything, which is why I will not delete her, but I will stop recording once she is defeated, right? For the purposes of this run, we're just going to see how long can we go before we get defeated once. All right, now this is a pretty sizable spawn, 3 white cons and a yellow con. I'm going to go ahead and grab a luck, and that should be enough. Oh, not if we get stuck on the fence. Come on. Well, one of them ran away, so that helps, and we don't want that automatic. Okay, so I made a mistake twice. We should be alright, though, and all that's left is the gunner. I don't know where the runner went. Man, people used to hate that. Because, like, if there's somebody being threatened by this spawn, you don't get credit for rescuing them until the runner gets defeated, and I don't know where he went. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Well, buddy. No, I don't think so. Hiding in the tree? I don't think so. Wait till I get crane kick, I'll just knock you down. And we've leveled up! So let's go talk to the detective, and then we'll head back and level up, and I guess that'll be the end of this this episode. Now, where is he? He's down the road. So, gosh, when I first was on Homecoming, and I ran through there a few times, not knowing why are there all these Hellions in there, because I was following the original story arc missions, and for Susan Davies, I guess, and I tried coming over there, and I aggroed like 5 different guys, and I got knocked down and hit with flame and everything. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm in Atlas Park. Well, that's it. All right, so the skulls are attacking a party over here, but we're going to do that in the next episode. It's hard for me to believe. Let me just get the viz scale set. 2.5. It's hard for me to believe that this episode is 30 minutes long already. It just feels like everything plays so much faster with this character. Do you have anything to sell? Nope. We have 1,700 influence. We need about 800,000 for 22nd level. Train up to the next level. So we can get agile. We could get combat jump or super jump here. I think agile is how much? What percent? It's only 6%. Yeah, let's go ahead and get agile. That's what I normally do. We'll stick with what I normally do. All right, guys. I think that's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed. I absolutely have. I'm really psyched to be playing this character again. I absolutely love her. And we will continue with this until her first face plant. Hopefully it will be a long while. I certainly expect to be able to get past level 10 or 12 before the first face plant with a character like this. But we'll see. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been City of Heroes Iron Man mode with Iron Phoenix on the Rebirth server.